Hey there, meteorologist Wes Wyatt in the Fox 6 Storm Warning Center with your webcast update. Thanks for checking out the weather blog. I've got a forecast discussion posted there. I was just looking at our temperature here on Red Mountain. We're now up to 91 degrees, and it certainly feels a lot hotter with that mugginess factored in. The humidity levels are going to stay very high right on through the first week of September, it looks like. Let's go ahead and show you where it's raining right now. We are tracking a few pop-ups. Had quite a potent little storm. About 3 o'clock rolled across Haleyville, Double Springs. That storm has since lifted north of our coverage area. You can see some development there over into Pickens County, but we'll continue to deal with some of these pop-ups through the rest of today. Looks like we're right on the mark with that forecast high today at 91. You can see the radar loop showing that broad south to southwesterly flow in place across the state, and this will guide some of the development back across Mississippi in our direction. So don't be surprised if you hear a rumble of thunder. It seems like West Alabama and the northern part of the area has been kind of the popular spot today, but we are seeing quite a surge of moisture to the south moving in from the Gulf of Mexico. So we'll keep an eye on this. Perhaps this evening this may wind up reaching places like Marion, maybe Jemison and Thorsby. So a heads up, our friends there in Chilton County, we'll be tracking this activity for you and keeping an eye on the radar map. Just a slight chance one of these storms could be on the stronger side. The threat for any severe weather remains very, very marginal, but there will be lightning with any storm that pops up. So be on the lookout for thunder and that dangerous cloud-to-ground lightning. It will certainly be time to head on in if you hear some of that thunder on the horizon. This kind of shows the setup here. High pressure to the east of us. The Bermuda High looks to be building further westward, and what that's going to do is basically keep the rain chances on the low end of the scale. Now, we're going to have some pop-ups the next few days, but the chance of rain drops off to 20%, mainly during the afternoon. And as you can imagine, with the sun factored in, the moisture levels remain very high. Unlike previous setups, we don't have a front moving through the area, so we don't expect a huge drop-off in those dew points. So expect the highs to be in the mid-90s, feeling very sticky during the afternoon. Those feels-like temperatures will be reaching the upper 90s by the mid-portion of the week. So the hot weather is here to stay for a while. And look at this. I mean, it just looks hazy over Birmingham right now. 91 degrees, that dew point at 67 at this time, but that will be going up into the evening hours tonight. Our Labor Day forecast, as we get out there and fire up the grill, we're looking at partly sunny weather, maybe a stray thunderstorm with a high near 93 degrees. Hey, I want to share some scenes from a fun weather visit I had. I always like to do my weekend wrap-up from the visits I have during the week. This was over at Sipsey Valley Middle School over in Tuscaloosa County. I spoke to the 6th graders, and if you look closely in the back, Ronald Hughes, one of our weather watchers, he stopped by and talk to the kids about observing the weather, but talk about a fun group. We had a great time. Of course, they had a nice, yummy cake on hand, and it was nice and cool there in the library. It was a steamy day, and actually, when we wrapped up this weather visit, we hit the road, and we were off to Reform. We went over to speak to a group at the Turtle Creek Community Center, so I want to thank the folks there in Reform in Pickens County. I always love to travel out there, get out there and see folks in Pickens County. I actually, when I went to Mississippi State, I would take this track all the time that took me through Gordo and Reform right there along Highway 82. But great to see a lot of our friends out there in the West Alabama. That was one of my visits. Now, we're in that time of the year, so if you'd like for us to come visit your school, group, organization, just feel free to drop an email, www.wbrc.com. You can also find us on social media. Just email any member of our team. You can find me on Facebook, Wes Wyatt Fox 6, or on Twitter at Wes Wyatt Weather. We're back tonight at 9 o'clock. We're going to talk a lot more about that long-range forecast, see what's ahead. I know we could use a lot of rain, and we'll be talking about the wet weather potential later on tonight on Fox 6. So we'll see you at 9 o'clock. Have a great evening.